while I put my makeup on. We could just have a little chit chat, just us, okay? I do notice that we can be on a beautiful path of enlightenment. That doesn't mean nothing's going to ever bother us. It's important that you know you're not going backwards if something bothers you and you've made a commitment to yourself to be emotionally aware and to tap into who you truly are. It is a journey of ongoing lessons, and the lessons present themselves in quite creative ways. So creative, sometimes we don't realize this is a lesson, and we might just get super frustrated about something or upset or hurt when really that that trigger that's causing that, it's just a clue. It's actually data for you to take and really think about, what is it that I'm telling myself right now? Why do I feel frustrated about what someone else just said or did? Is there something in me that I am disapproving of unconsciously? Or perhaps, is it something that someone has always told me about myself that may not be true, but I've heard it so much, my body feels like it's true? So that when someone else says something that reminds me of that thought, saying, story, whatever it is, it brings me right back. And I end up projecting by getting frustrated with the person that said it, when in reality, it's something that I need to work on. Did you ever find yourself feeling a certain way from something that someone else did or said to you? The next time that happens, ask yourself, is that true about me? Is that the truth? Usually, it's not. It's just a story that we've been telling ourselves for a long, sometimes long time, like years long. It could have been happening for so long, very deep down, you may have even thought that it was true. And now you're realizing it's not. When we take the time to look at the stories that we've been believing about ourselves, and we sift through and really notice that a lot of them are not true, we have the power to hold on to the ones in alignment with who we are. And the ones that aren't, they can disintegrate. They have no purpose anymore. We don't need them. The more we do this, we realize that we have the power to see things a certain way. We have the power to interpret what we are experiencing when we meet our experiences or our reactions with patience and non-resistance. We then have the power to change our story. Well, first, to decide, is this true? Is what I'm telling myself true? And if it's not, you now have the power to let it go. It takes practice, but the least amount of resistance that you have only makes it easier and quicker to change your story, which will then help to peel away the layers to who you really are deep down. It's not a matter of throwing away the beliefs or feelings that are coming up. Meet them with kindness and non-judgment. You now have the power to decide if it's true. You can keep it. If it's not true, you can let it go. Of course, it's something that comes with practice, but it doesn't mean it has to take a long, long time. Be forgiving and allow yourself to make mistakes. Lots of times when we don't put that pressure on ourselves and we let go of judgment, we have a much more open mind to taking a step back when we feel a reaction and really seeing it for what it is. What I mean by that is really it gives you the opportunity to look at the story and decide if that's true. I just want to make sure that you know it's a matter of being gentle with yourself, which could be a new concept for you. It was for me. As soon as you start feeling the power, the fire underneath you, the excitement, that adrenaline, that positive surge, the more you just naturally do this. You question why you're feeling the way you feel instead of just it's fact. Before I started to really think about my reactions, I would just react and move on to the next and react. And what I'm trying to do is change that to being more responsive and try and understand what's bothering me. Why am I being bothered by that? What is it exactly that's bothering me? Sometimes it has nothing to do with what's going on, with the actual dialogue. It might not have anything to do with that. That's why it's so very much a learning experience. And what's so exciting is you're learning more about you. And that is what it's all about. This is your life. This is your chance to do and give yourself what you need to feel satisfied and fulfilled. The more honest you can be with yourself, it allows you to be more honest with others. You just naturally start to attract the synchronicities and the similarities into your life.